In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the high pressure fuel pump on this Volkswagen Tiguan. This is going to be located on the engine towards the left side. Let's get into it. Take the cover off the battery. There's a little tab right here. Just push on that and this cover comes off. Loosen up the negative terminal. Use a 10mm wrench. Just loosen up the nut. Grab the terminal and wiggle it off. We're going to remove the engine cover. Just grab it and just pull up and just grab this tube. We're going to pull this off. If you need to, you can use a prying tool to pull that out, and same with down below. Pull that out of your way. Disconnect the mass airflow sensor. I'm just going to use a straight blade screwdriver just to release the clip right there, and then pull that out. I'm going to remove the hose right here. I'm just going to use some large pliers just to move this clamp. You can actually just pull the hose off. We'll just leave the clamp with the hose. Pull that to the side. Using a 5mm hex socket, I'm going to unscrew this bolt right here. Loosen that up. That loose. Grab the airbox. Just pull it straight up. And we'll just pull it out of the way. Now we're going to disconnect the connector on the high pressure fuel pump. This is the high pressure sensor. Just use a straight blade screwdriver. Release the lock. Pull the connector off. Move that to the side. And there's a wire retainer right under here. I'm just going to pop that off with a trim tool. And we can move those wires out of the way a little bit. Now we're going to take this fuel line off. I'm just going to use some hose clamp pliers. Move the hose clamp. Just to collect any fuel, I just put a tray underneath. Just wiggle this back and forth a little bit. And pull it back. A little bit of fuel. Just drain that in the bucket. Pick that up, put that out of the way. Now we're going to take the line off. I'm going to use a 19mm wrench on the top of the fitting and then a 17mm wrench to loosen up the fuel line. Just crack it free. Again, I have a little pan underneath in case any fuel comes out. Just be careful. You want to wear gloves and have safety glasses just in case. There it goes, starting to drip a little. Pull that off. It's separated. That's good. Now we're going to take the bolts off. There's a bolt there and over there. We're going to use a T30 socket. Right, pull that out. We're going to take the top one out. Same T30 socket. We're just going to grab the pump and slide it out. And there it is. Now we're going to take out the camshaft follower. Just grab this, just pull it out. Pull that out. You just want to check the roller, see how that looks, make sure it's not gouged. There's no chunks missing. It is a good idea to replace these when you're doing this job. This one looks okay. Then you can also see the cam lobe. Make sure the cam lobe looks okay. Take the cam follower. I'm just going to put a little fresh oil on it. Just make sure that it looks good and nice and clean. Then we'll slide it in. And there's a little tab. You can see the little tab on there that goes up. This has to be all the way down. Now if this isn't all the way down, then you're going to have to rotate the engine with the crank. Ours is fine, but I'm going to demonstrate to you how we turn the crank. With a 24mm socket, I'm going to go down here and attach that to the crankshaft pulley, the center bolt. Then you're going to turn clockwise. And you can rotate this until that cam follower is at the lowest depth. You should be able to do this within 10 or 15 degrees if it was up high. Like I said, ours is fine, so we're all set. Just want to make sure this is clean. Put a little clean engine oil right there. That's good. And take the fuel pump, line that up. Again, our cam follower is all the way down on this one, so we're all set. And you just want to push this in. There we go, that's all the way down. Put the new bolts in. I'll get the top one in as well. Just go back and forth. You want to make sure that's even. Then we're going to torque these bolts to 70 inch-pounds and then an additional 90 degrees. All right, that's 70 and then 90 degrees. That's good. Now I'll put the nut on that goes to the high pressure fuel line. Get that started. You might have to wiggle it around a little bit. And you want to tighten this down. And if you have the ability to use a torque wrench, you want to torque that to 18 foot-pounds. And push the wire retainer back in place. That's good. Now take the hose, slide that over. That's good. Now we're going to move the hose clamp. It's lined up there. That's good. Connect the connector, lock it down. Now take the air box, slide this in position. And just push it down in place and tighten down this bolt. Snug that down. Now we're going to move this clamp. And slide that on. That's good. Adjust the clamp, make sure that looks good. Connect the connector. And connect this pipe. Get that lined up in the air box. It's tightened down. That's good. Take the engine cover, line it up, push it down. Now we're going to connect the battery, connect the negative terminal, tighten down the nut. Just snug, give it a wiggle, make sure it's tight. Take the cover, slide the back 2 tabs in place, lock it down. To prime the fuel system with the key inside, we're not going to start the vehicle, just turn the key in the on position. This has a push button. And then shut it off. We'll just do that again. You can hear the pump pumping. We'll do it one more time. And now we'll start the vehicle, push down on the brake, and it starts right up. Shut it down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.